Kim Jong-un may love showing off his missiles and troops, but there are a lot of things in North Korea he doesn't want you to see. We'll show you some more shocking photos that the government of North Korea would rather keep secret. One thing we don't want to keep secret is the subscribe button. Be sure to press it and then turn on your notifications. Comparison. North Korea likes to pretend it's better than all of the neighboring countries, but this photo shows the stark contrast between North Korea and China. Looking at this photo, it's pretty easy to tell that China's on the right and a much less evolved North Korea is on the left. You can also see how the lights drop off on this bridge leading to southeastern China from North Korea. The latter country often has significant troubles keeping its power on. Everyday life. Seeing seemingly average citizens making their way around town seems pretty standard, but photographing random citizens is frowned upon in North Korea. A lot of these people seem like they could be anywhere, but North Korea definitely wouldn't want people seeing this photo of a man relieving himself right on the street. We also see a woman shopping in a store that seems to have very few people or items available to purchase inside. Security. We all know that escaping North Korea is no easy task, and it's all the more difficult when you have to contend with strategically placed guard towers designed to spot anyone who might think of defecting. Any place where someone could enter or leave North Korea is heavily monitored, including this nearly deserted entry point for foreign visitors. Rural. Most images of North Korea are captured in its capital city, Pyongyang, but here we see some of the more rural areas. Farming is an integral and essential part of life in North Korea, as most of its citizens struggle to produce enough food to survive. Outside of Pyongyang, you can see miles of seemingly endless green fields. Transport. It's estimated that there is about one car for every 1,000 people in North Korea, so needless to say, citizens need to find different ways to get around. Many people are forced to rely on their own two legs in order to travel long distances. Even workers who are tasked with carrying heavy equipment down a main road are forced to do so by relying on their own strength instead of a vehicle of some kind. City. Even in North Korea's crown jewel, the city of Pyongyang, there are large areas that are not well kept. Gloomy, ill-maintained buildings are everywhere, although North Korea would prefer you only focus on the nice-looking structures. One of the few hotels available for foreign visitors is the Yanggakdo Hotel. Visitors can look out over the gloomy cityscape even if they're forbidden from taking photos of it. Cleaning. One thing you might notice about Pyongyang is that the streets are startlingly clean for a large city. It's unlikely you'll see trash littering the streets here. Keeping streets and sidewalks spotless is a major priority, and people are forced to clean the already pristine sidewalks and streets here, just in case important government officials or Kim Jong-un himself decides to pay a visit to the area. When was the last time you saw citizens trying to sweep off the sidewalk in New York City? Propaganda. Propaganda is an accepted part of life in North Korea, but it can seem strange to outsiders. Their customs declaration form makes it clear that you're not allowed to bring laptops, guidebook from South Korea into the country if you want to be allowed entry. You can't even grab a couple drinks at a restaurant without being bombarded with propaganda being shown on television. Also, taking pictures of and interacting with staff is a huge no-no for tourists visiting North Korea. Anti-American. People in North Korea might not want you to see the poverty that afflicts their country, but you can visit a museum of war atrocities, followed by a room dedicated to the United States surrendering to North Korea. Indoctrination. You might notice looking at these photos that people in North Korea are just a little bit obsessed with their former leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Children are taught about them at a very young age, and their heads are filled with all sorts of propaganda. It can seem like it's impossible to go 2 feet without seeing the face of a former leader looking at you, depicted in everything from television screens to statues. Whether you live out in the country or in an urban area like Pyongyang, there's no denying that life is certainly rough in North Korea. If you're fascinated by this strange and insular country, be sure to subscribe to The Riches for even more incredible videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.